So good evening, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time tonight. My name is Carla Julian, and we are excited to have you with us tonight for our 16th CAP meeting focused on the Riverdale Park, New Carrollton, and Glenridge area. We do want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, and you'll find this evening's presentation along with that recording soon on our website at purplelinemd.com. We would also like to inform you, all of our attendees tonight, that the use of AI-powered tools, including transcription, summarization, or other similar features, is prohibited by the Maryland Department of Transportation for all virtual meetings. Again, reminder that everything that we discussed tonight with QA, the presentation will be placed on the website a little later this week after the meeting. For those of you who would like a live translation for Microsoft Teams format that can translate this evening's comments into a number of languages, including Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, French, and others, the instructions for seeing that live translation are being placed in the chat section of this meeting right now. We would like to remind you and ask everyone to please mute your microphones and keep your cameras off until the presentation ends and we move into the Q&A session. Please limit your questions or comments to one per person and limit your time to 1 minute. So we want to ensure that everybody gets a chance and we can always come back to you. All right, now we'll have Marlene, a member of our communications and outreach team, will now relay this information to you in Spanish. Marlene.
Thank you, Carla. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos. Esta reunión está siendo grabada y pronto encontrará la presentación de esta noche junto con la grabación en nuestra página web purplelinemd.com. También estamos informando a todos los asistentes esta noche que el uso de inteligencia artificial está prohibido por el Departamento de Transporte de Maryland en todas las reuniones virtuales. Por favor, tenga la seguridad de que esta presentación estará disponible en la web del proyecto lo antes posible, junto con las respuestas a las preguntas respondidas esta noche. Para quienes desean una traducción en directo, Microsoft Teams puede traducir los comentarios de esta noche a varios idiomas, entre ellos el español, árabe, chino, francés y muchos otros. Se estarán colocando las instrucciones para ver las traducciones en directo en la sección de chat de esta reunión. Gracias, Carla.
Thank you so much. All right, so now you can see a little snapshot of our agenda here. We're going to go through staff introductions, a project status video, our testing and safety update, construction update. We'll touch a little bit on business and community engagement, and then we'll get into the QA. Here you can see our speakers and some of our project leadership that are attending tonight's meeting. We have Ray Biggs II, who's our Senior Project Director for MTA. Our newest project leadership team member, Mike Ollinger, who's the Director of Operations for MTA. John Undelin, who is the Communications Director for our concessionaire, PLTP. Hugo Fontieraj, who's our Project Executive for the Design Builder, MTS. Luis Rivera, who's the General Manager for Purple Line Transit Operators. Myself, Carla Julian. Krishna Dantu, who is our construction area manager, responsible for all the construction in this area, and Seren Serkasun, who's our systems manager. The stations that we're going to be featuring tonight are Riverdale Park North, UMD, Beacon Heights, East Pines, New Carrollton, Riverdale Park, Kenilworth, and Glenridge. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ray Biggs to introduce our progress video.
Thank you, Carla. We're excited to share our new spring 2026 progress video with you. The Purple Line project evolved and transformed tremendously throughout 2025. And now in 2026, we're seeing Purple Line light rail vehicles in motion along the eastern side of the alignment from New Carrollton to Adelphi Road. Our latest video highlights this incredible progress. This year, we've also included stories that show how the Purple Line is connecting communities across Montgomery County, Prince George's County, and beyond. So let's go ahead and play the video.
I believe that this Purple Line will help businesses I think that it's going to make people's trips to getting to jobs and to the University of Maryland amazing. It'll be much easier to do shopping, get to the local libraries. And the Purple Line is going to be like a brand new baby. It's going to be so exciting. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Yes.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Ok, la línea morada traerá beneficios a las comunidades latinas por el transporte, que se va a tener más acceso al transporte y más comunicación de varias ciudades o comunidades, y para las pequeñas empresas.
And I believe this light rail will be a life-changing. It will be a pretty fast speed.
I don't see a benefit for just one community. I see it as a whole. Purple Line is the community at that point.
And this will really improve the lives of a lot of people.
Across the Purple Line corridor from the eastern terminus in New Carrollton to the west side in Bethesda, the Purple Line is now in motion. Once, it used to be a segmented construction site, and now it is a full alignment connecting communities across Prince George's County and Montgomery County.
Earlier this spring, Purple Line crews installed the final section of track on Wayne Avenue, an important project milestone. With the rails now in place, the project shifts focus toward the systems that power and operate the Purple Line. The systems are what make the Purple Line run, from the overhead power that energizes the trains to the communications networks that keep everything connected. This is where the railway really comes together. More than 1,000 live feed cameras, thousands of sensors, and integrated traffic control devices are being installed along the corridor. These systems communicate with stations, intersections, and pedestrian crossings to keep riders and the surrounding communities informed and safe. Once testing is complete, operators in the control center will be able to see every light rail vehicle in real time and monitor activity across the entire system. Supporting those operations, the Littonsville Operations and Maintenance Facility is nearing completion. The facility includes additional storage tracks, maintenance areas for the light rail vehicles, and a backup control center to support trains as they move along the line. In Bethesda, progress continues on the station lobby located just below ground level, and as crews place tons of concrete for the elevators in the cavern, preparations are underway for the complex connection between the Purple Line and Metro's Red Line. Work is also advancing on the Capitol Crescent Trail, where crews are constructing new retaining walls, installing drainage, and beginning paving operations between Bethesda and Silver Spring. Across the corridor, crews are also completing sidewalks, driveways, and other finishing touches that reconnect neighborhoods and restore the streets surrounding the new line. Inside the Plymouth Tunnel, track installation is complete, and crews are now installing the overhead wiring that will power trains through the tunnel. With spring growth, the project's corridor will be turning green as crews plant thousands of trees and other landscaping elements along the alignment, restoring the corridor and enhancing the communities along the line. Through the University of Maryland and Prince George's County, heavy construction is giving way to finishing crews and the installation of complex systems and utilities. The elevated station in Riverdale now has elevators and stairs in place, signaling its readiness to begin serving the public. At the Purple Line's eastern terminus, crews are also applying final finishes, and construction along Ellen Road is nearing completion. Meanwhile, system testing continues along the Purple Line. Light rail vehicles have already traveled from New Carrollton to the University of Maryland campus, and testing will continue along the entire corridor in the months ahead. Testing typically takes place at night and is supported by maintenance of traffic teams and local police directing traffic to help keep everyone safe.
As the Purple Line moves towards completion, we encourage you to sign up for project notifications and to follow us at Purple Line MD. Together, we are keeping the Purple Line in motion. Here you can see our construction progress graphic, and as you'll notice, the project is now 88% complete. Over the last year and a half, I mentioned we've had a lot of transformation, but we've reached some really important milestones. That includes starting light rail vehicle testing on the test track in March of 2025, delivering all 28 vehicles to the Glenridge Operations and Maintenance Facility on Veterans Parkway in the fall of last year, and coming up in just the next few weeks, installing the final section of track along the entire 16-mile alignment near Silver Spring. Tonight, you'll hear more about what's ahead, including the expansion of live wire testing in the Riverdale Park and College Park areas, and how light rail vehicle testing will continue to expand throughout 2026. With that, I'll hand things over to Soren to walk us through the testing and safety slides. So thanks, everyone. I'll see you again at the end of the presentation. Soren, over to you.
Thank you, Ray. And hello, everybody. I'm Soren Serksoon, Systems Manager for the Purple Line project. And I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about our current and our upcoming test activities. As Ray mentioned, we have been testing with our LRVs from New Carrollton and now into the University of Maryland area. Our testing has been, we're in the midst of our testing currently. Testing, and I'm sure some of you have seen our light rail vehicles moving through the area. It's a pretty exciting time for us, and we see it as a major milestone. Next slide, please. What we're looking at here is our Glenridge maintenance facility. It's our main maintenance facility. It's also where we house our LRVs when they're not on the alignment. Here you see an aerial view of the facility. It's a state-of-the-art facility, complete with a wash bay and a paint booth. It's for essentially all maintenance activities take place here for all of our 28 LRVs. The facility also houses our main operations control center. In the lower half of the slide, you can see a picture of our main video wall. The operations control center is essentially the brain of our operation. It's the brain of our transit system. This is where we can monitor and control train movements, our traction power system, our train control system, all of our communication systems, essentially everything that runs the railroad or the transit system. We also have a backup maintenance facility in Littonsville, as I think was mentioned earlier, more for light maintenance and inspection of our light rail vehicles. We also house a backup control center at the Littonsville facility. Much of our testing is executed from our operations control center here, where we also monitor and control cameras and access control devices for security of the alignment and the facilities on the alignment. Next slide, please. As Ray mentioned, all 28 of our LRVs are here now on site. They've all gone through their initial testing for a major milestone that we call our initial acceptance of each of the LRVs. The safety elements of the LRVs have been tested. The LRVs have been tested for proper functioning with the overhead catenary system or our traction power system. We've tested our LRVs for propulsion and braking, and we've tested all of the main safety systems on the LRVs. For example, the surveillance systems, the CCTV systems, the emergency passenger or the emergency passenger intercom systems. Everything that's required for comfort and safety, we have tested on the LRVs, along with other testing with systems on the alignment. Next one, please. Testing of the newly completed rail overhead catenary system. Our catenary system has been tested now from New Carrollton to Adelphi station through the university. We started our testing last year, and we've divided our testing into sections for efficiency and also to minimize our impact on the communities. So as you can see on the slide, some of the dates when we've started our various test sections from the test track all the way through to the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th test sections, which are expected to be, completed this year. Next slide, please. As we move through the intersections, a major part of our test activity is planning our LRV movements through the intersections. Until we're able to get the intersections fully tested and commissioned, all LRV movements will require maintenance of traffic. The maintenance of traffic consists of our forces, police officers, flaggers. There may be road closings, intermittent traffic stops. And for each one of our test sections, a specific MOT protocol is developed, a protocol that's developed and communicated to that community. So everyone knows how our LRVs will be moving safely through the intersections in that community without, severely impacting the, vehicular traffic flow. Our hours of testing for moving LRVs are from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And this will occur through the end of 2026. Just a word of caution, the public should always consider that sections are live. Once you see a train going through an area, consider that section is live and expect to see LRVs through those areas periodically during our test phase. Next one, please. Our testing is actively coordinated with our outreach group. Our testing is communicated on well in advance of LRV movement into the area and communicated real time while testing is taking place. We, as you can see on this slide, we have many ways of educating and alerting the community as to when and how testing will take place. Everything from door hangers to variable message signs that we implement on the right of way, educational activities with schools, notifications to the public, outreach, safety focused media campaign, and you can follow all of this on our Purple Line MD website. Next one. Testing safety. Safety is first and foremost, obviously, as we test on the alignment. During and after testing, the public should consider again the tracks and especially the OCS wire. This is the overhead catenary wire that runs along the tracks above the trains. Consider these wires always live. They carry 1500 volts and they are extremely dangerous. We encourage our community to think safety and to get used to LRV movements in the areas. Some safety reminders include keep your eyes on the track. When you see the track, think train, obey traffic signals, always expect a train and look both ways, expect a train coming from either direction. Use approved crosswalks, don't walk near the tracks. Certainly don't stop and don't park your vehicle on the tracks. Next one, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Krishna to give you an update on our latest construction activities in the area. Thanks.
Thank you, Saran. Good evening, everybody. We're gonna start with the construction updates from River Road, and then we'll travel all the way to New Carrollton. On River Road, we have completed majority of the track and track-related items like the overhead cannery system, and also we have completed the fence installation along the tracks. If anybody's riding in this area, you can see that. And also, we are continuously working on completing the grading and the final landscaping in this area, along with the improvements to the intersections at Hague Drive and River Tech Court. The upcoming work includes the paving and the striping and the final signage on River Road. That's expected to happen this year. Riverdale Park Station, majority of the Riverdale Park North UMD station, majority of these works at this station have been completed. We are in the mode of inspections and final elements, completion of final elements at the station, along with the final landscaping on either side of the platforms. Kenilworth Avenue, we have completed the OCS, the overhead cannery system, and the track-related items, along with the new traffic signals near the Kenilworth Avenue and River Road intersection. We also have new traffic signals installed and operational at Kenilworth Avenue and Rittenhouse intersection, along with majority of the sidewalks and curbs also being completed. Final paving is expected to, the final surface paving is expected to happen in this area in this year, along with the landscaping and planting. One of the works that is pending, and we are trying to get this going soon, are the side streets, especially the Casada Road and the Quintana Road improvements. Kenilworth Avenue and East West Highway, we are continuing the traffic signal installation, the new traffic signal infrastructure installation at this intersection, along with the curbs and islands on the intersection. Upcoming works will include the final paving and the pavement marking and the signage, along with the landscaping on the corners of these intersections. Riverdale Park, Kenilworth Station, major works have been completed in this area, along with the elevator and the stair access to the elevated station. We are continuing to do the grading and the sidewalks and curbs underneath the station at the plaza level. We will continue to work on that while the final inspection of the station will be upcoming soon, along with the landscaping works this year. Riverdale Road, we have completed the fence installation, the work on the road, the asphalt has been completed in this section where we are seeing right now on the photo on the right. We are also completed the works on the side streets in the cul-de-sac of the 63rd Avenue and the East Pine Drive, and works on the Patterson Avenue. We have a more asphalt pavement work beyond the BW Parkway bridges. That's expected this year, along with the final landscaping and planting that's almost beginning right now. The Riverdale Road along 66th and 67th, similar to the previous section of the Riverdale Road, we have most of the track and OCS wires completed. Here we also have the new signals at Riverdale Road and Veterans Parkway intersection also operational. That's a new development, and most of the sidewalks and curbs in this area have been completed. While we still await on the final paving that's going to happen later this year at the intersection and from the area from the BW Parkway bridges to the intersection of Veterans Parkway and Riverdale Road, along with the installation of the permanent signage. Beacon Heights and East Pine Station, most of the works at the Purple Line Station here are in advanced stage. Most of the station elements have been completed, while we still are pending some landscaping works on either side of the platforms, and also the installation of Arden Transit here, along with the inspections and systems testing at the station. This is the Beacon Heights Arden Transit, which is a 9-foot, which are two 9-foot sculptures that will be installed between the tracks and the sidewalk. They're really colorful and sparkling, attracting the attention of passerbys and the riders. The final design, though, is still in the progress. So we will update the community and everybody once things are finalized. Veterans Parkway, we have completed the final paving on Veterans Parkway, along with the construction of the traffic signals at the maintenance facility at Glenridge. We've also completed the fence installation along the Veterans Parkway, and we are continuing the landscaping and planting. One of the works that is upcoming, which is going to start in the next few weeks, is a pond at the corner of Veterans Parkway and Riverdale Road. That's going to go through happen through the summer, and we are expecting to get that completed. And the final pavement markings and signage work. The signage work is ongoing as we speak. The final pavement markings will be completed soon, along with the final landscaping and planting of trees along the Veterans Parkway. The Glenridge facility, the main operation maintenance facility at Glenridge, as Ray mentioned at the beginning, we've received all the 28 light rail vehicles, and Zoran mentioned the testing. These are all tested and accepted. The operator group, the Purple Line Transit operators, who'll be operating the Purple Line over the next few years. They're now staffed, and they're continuing and coordinating with us in terms of dynamic testing and the day-to-day activities. We're working on completely transitioning the operational facility to the operational team, and we're expecting that to happen soon. Annapolis Road, we have completed the asphalt at the intersection. It was a big challenge, and our team, along with the asphalt contractors, have done a great job in minimizing the impacts to public while we are doing the paving operation here. We've also completed the intersection works along with some of the systems integration of the traffic signals. Also, here we are expecting to get to the permanent pavement markings and signage along with the landscaping pretty soon this year. The Glenridge station, like at the Beacon Heights, is also in a very advanced state of progress. most of the station elements have been completed, including the canopies and signage and lighting and the benches. The landscaping and planting work is ongoing. It's going to happen through this year. The upcoming works here will be the station access walkways on either side of the platform, and the landscaping around the station with minor curb and sidewalk works. Ellen Road, all the curbs and sidewalk on Ellen Road have been completed, along with the traffic signal intersection at Ellen Road and the new bus loop near the Wamata New Carrollton station. The signage installation is completed. Also, the final landscaping and planting is ongoing as we speak. We are also expecting to the permanent pavement markings here, along with the other sections of the segment, and also looking forward to the opening the Ellen Road from Emerson to Harkins after the testing is completed. The New Carrollton station, the New Carrollton Wamata station, we are now actively working on the phase where we are building the new bus loop. And in terms of work progress, we've completed the storm drain and the sand filter installation. We're now working on the sidewalk and the curbs, and we'll start working on the pavement along the bus loop. And we will be working with Wamata to get this bus loop accepted, and the buses will then be running in the new bus loop from where they are in the temporary bus loop which will be the future Kiss and Ride. The New Carrollton Purple Line station, along with other stations in the segment, we have completed major station elements like the canopies and the lighting and the signage. The Arden Transit is also completed, where you can see on the picture on the right side, the panels like a screen in the middle of the platform. The upcoming works, while we are completing the testing, so there's some final inspections and final elements of station related to civil and systems work that will be completed soon. All right, that's all for the construction updates. And Ray, it's back to you now.
Thank you, Krishna. So our Purple Line Business Relationship Manager, Leslie Leeds, works with the business engagement team along the alignment, alerting them to construction impacts and providing advanced notifications in English and Spanish. If we go to the next slide here. So the outreach is aimed at minimizing disruption and maximizing awareness. Additionally, our team promotes business on our website, our monthly newsletter, and over all social media platforms. I invite you to visit our YouTube channel to see some of the business spotlight videos. They're very interesting to take a look at. If we go to the next slide. The Purple Line Small Business Grant Program, which is administered by the Secretary's Office of the Maryland Department of Transportation, launched back in 2025 and awarded a total of $2 million since 2025 to 180 small businesses. The application period for the second round will open on June 29th, and online applications are due by July 31st. And the application period for the third round will open on October 12th, and online applications are due by November 17th. All of this information you can find on our website at purpleLineMD.com and the application link should you be interested in applying. With that, I'm going to turn it over to John to talk about the Beyond the Rail grant slide.
All right, thanks, Ray. Next slide. All right, as that's coming up, I'll just start my spiel. We're a Purple Line Transit Partners. We're longtime members of the community ourselves. We're going to be operating and maintaining the line for 30 years after we start carrying passengers in partnership with MTA. And we're really pleased to provide resources to support local groups that through our Beyond the Rails community grant program. Since we launched Beyond the Rails in late 2023, we've provided more than $100,000 to groups making our neighborhoods better places to live, work, and play. And it's always great. It's always gratifying to go visit the grant recipients to see firsthand how they're making a difference, whether they're supporting student academic programs, enhancing the environment, improving public safety, among a wide variety of good causes. On this slide, here are a few photos showing recent grant presentations, including with Ebenezer Church of God, which is just a block from our Glenridge station, for their community outreach ministry, which is addressing the nutritional needs of food insecure individuals and families in surrounding neighborhoods. If anyone on the call is involved with a group that's uplifting our community, I really want to invite you to apply for a Beyond the Rails grant. It's as simple as just going to purplelinemd.com, click the resources tab, cursor down to Beyond the Rails grant program, and there you'll find a brief description of our program and a 2-page grant application. Our deadline is just a few weeks away. It's coming right up on May 30th. So I encourage you not to delay in checking out our grant program and applying for a grant. This summer, our evaluation panel will select, notify, and provide funding to 8 grant recipients doing good work in our community. So please check it out. Please apply. Thanks for your attention, and back to you, Carla.
Thanks so much, John, and everybody. So, as the project is in its final year of major construction, we want to take a moment to share some of our high-level data on what our day-to-day conversations with the community and business owners, content engagement, and community meeting, and all of our event organization have looked like over the years. We've done more than 200 events and tours, 12,000 minutes of CAT meetings, 24,000 inquiries, calls, and touch points resolved by our collective outreach teams and business engagement teams, 500,000 social media and video views, and 1.4 million website views. Next slide. Every number presented in the previous data points and in your thoughts and insights highlighted here are important parts of our Purple Line story. And now with more than 88% of our construction complete, 87% of track installed, and all 28 LRVs delivered and testing underway, all of the eastern portion of the alignment, we are even closer than you think to finishing this project, and we are very excited to be there. So we encourage you to stay engaged and all of our outreach. And with that, we'll play our next video.
At the Purple Line, community is at the heart of everything we do. Every week, our outreach and business engagement teams are out in your neighborhoods, meeting students, families, and business owners, answering questions, and sharing the latest updates about this transformative project. We love connecting with people of all ages, especially kids who are excited to learn about the future of transportation in their own backyard. Our team is here to listen, to inform, and to build trust with you and your neighbors. Your questions, your voices, and your feedback help shape the Purple Line as it moves forward to complete our goal, connecting communities.
Thank you guys so much. We do really enjoy engaging with you. We know things aren't always easy and can be frustrating sometimes with construction, but we do enjoy working with you. So we do encourage you to stay in touch with us. So the ways that you can do that is through registering for construction updates at purplelinemd.com. You can sign up for your particular area, or if you're traveling the alignment, you can sign up for multiple ones to understand things like lane closures, if there's certain full closures, different impacts like that. You can also email us at outreach@purplelinemd.com. And if you are a member of the media, you can go to media@purplelinemd.com. You can also call us in English and Spanish hotlines at these numbers right here. And you can follow us on all the social outlets at purplelinemd.com. And we have some great content that shows our progress and keeps you up to date on certain impacts and where we're going to be in the community. All right, so with that, we're going to start our Q&A session. We do ask for questions in advance, so I'm going to read a couple of those questions first, and then I'll give you further direction on how we're going to engage for the live Q&A session. So one of the first questions that we received is, will the traffic lights at the 67th Avenue and Riverdale Road intersection adjust to the large number of cars now having to use 67th to get on Riverdale Road? So let us answer that. The traffic signal at this intersection is owned and operated by the Maryland State Highway Administration, SHA, and that is outside our Purple Line jurisdiction, and any evaluation or adjustment to that signal timing would need to be coordinated with SHA. So residents are encouraged to contact SHA directly regarding this concern, and if you have trouble doing that, you can also let us know and we can help connect you to that group. Next question. As a safety concern, drivers are frequently disregarding the no turn on red restriction at this intersection. Understood. So we appreciate residents raising the safety concern, and enforcement of the traffic regulations, including compliance with no turn on red signage, is outside our ability to manage from this project from an enforcement standpoint. So this issue should be directed to local law enforcement or county transportation authorities. So we can also help you coordinate that as well. And that would be in Prince George's County. All right, with that, we're going to move to our live Q&A, and we will also put the rest of the questions that we received pre this meeting in our Q&A. So you'll be able to see all of those answers there. But just a little direction. We are going to control, if you have to raise your hand, and then we'll take you off mute to answer the question. So you need to either raise your hand or put your question in the chat. And I'm going to start with some of the chat questions, and then we'll move to the hands up. All right. Let me just adjust here. Okay. We have a question from AB on when will the final paving be completed on Kenilworth Avenue? We have Manuel or Krishna on here who can take this.
I can take it, Carla. Thank you.
Okay.
So as we updated through our construction progress, we are expecting to pave majority of these areas this year. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have all of these paved.
Awesome. Manuel, would you like to add anything to the overall construction progress that we have going on with Rittenhouse and address those progress points?
Yes, Carla, no problem. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, regarding Rittenhouse and other intersections, the team is already working on the final items, final electrical items, and as Krishna says, the final parts are going to be the permanent asphalt, the surface, and the permanent striping and signage that will be coming after that. Some of the areas are expected to be completed this summer, and then we can start the coordination with SHA and Prince George County for the final review and handover to them prior to opening.
Great, thank you so much. One more question from the chat. We have Monica. Any update on the opening of 66th Avenue? Manuel, would you like to take that one as well?
Sure. The 66 is just going to follow the same program that we have in all this area of finishing the different items, electrical, asphalt, and striping, and then making sure that after that we do all the testing and everything is safe for operating. So everything is scheduled to be open somewhere around summer, but definitely before the end of the year.
Thank you so much. All right, now I'm going to move to folks who have their hands up in the chat. I'm going to start with Jocelyn. If we can take Jocelyn off mute, and Jocelyn, you can verbally ask your question.
Jocelyn should be able to unmute herself, Carla. Just tap on your microphone, Jocelyn.
Oh, I see it. Hi.
So my question was similar to the previous person. When were they looking to open the line in the Riverdale area?
Like for full operation?
Correct.
When would okay. So that would we're targeting the end of 2027 right now for full operation. So we've got to get through the rest of our heavy construction this year and the rest of our testing in 2027. So you can we'll definitely have more of these meetings before then and keep you up to date on how that's progressing, but that's our target goal right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to take the hand up from AB.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. Two questions. Question A, at the intersection of Mustang Drive and Riverdale Road, is it possible we can get the lights, the traffic lights on the mass arm on? Because the traffic light is functioning fine. The street lights have been installed along Riverdale Road. But just for pedestrian purposes, can we get the actual traffic light that's on the mass arm to be turned on so pedestrians can have better lighting at night? And the other thing that I had is a concern that I brought up in an email to the team last fall, where we are, like I said, we are Riverdale Road, Mustang Drive. We're kind of on the island with the Purple Line, and we have limited access to get to the Riverdale Road, Kenilworth Avenue station because on the south side of Riverdale Road, there's no sidewalk. The sidewalk ends at 61st Street, and that's it. So if we want to get to the station to actually use the service, which I hope that you guys will want us to do, we got to cross Riverdale Road twice in order to get to the station. And that really put us in the East Pine section on the island. And it's very unfortunate because we want to walk directly down Riverdale Road to get access to the station. And I was told that there was utilities and mass arms that were in the way. And I'm just trying to understand, no one considered that. We have a third lane on Riverdale Road that barely get used. Does that necessarily need to happen? I just really will hope that someone can look further into this so we don't be on the island and cannot access the rail station in the Purple Line.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm going to tee this one up to Manuel, and I think there are some things that we might have to, compoundly answer with SHA on this. So Manuel, can you detail what we can detail and help us understand what we still have to coordinate with SHA?
Sure. Thank you for your questions about the pedestrian and the possibility of moving some of the assets into the traffic signals. Unfortunately, the installation of the traffic signals and all the electrical elements that we have done in every intersection follows a rigorous design process of approval. So any modification to those, my suggestion from the neighborhood is just to reach out to SHA for future adjustments, and that they will be able to give you an answer. Regarding the sidewalk along Riverdale, up and down, I will need to get back to you, but
I can jump in for that one. All right, appreciate it, Manuel. So for the sidewalk piece, we did hear you last year when you attended the CAB meetings and also when you gave your questions. And we've been working with SHA to identify different areas of what may potentially be able to have sidewalks installed. So I know SHA is working on it to make even more connections, as you're pointing out here. So more details, we can check in with SHA on that to see how far along they are with that. But I do know that we have been working on it to see what other things can be added to ensure we have even more connections connecting in from the neighborhoods to the Purple Line.
Thank you for that.
Welcome.
All right, now I'm going to move on to, and I hope I'm going to pronounce this correctly, D. Ekanique. Please share us your questions. I think you're off mute, so please feel free to ask away. I'm not sure why, but we can't hear you. It does look like you're off mute, but I'm going to give, type it. Go ahead and type it. All right, so the question is, there's a stormwater problem on Ellen Road at the Hanson Oaks light. It floods every time it rains. And the drains are clogged. Are the drains clogged or are they still in progress? Manuel, do you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I will jump in this one too. Yeah, no problem. The storm drain work in that area is completed. All the construction from the Purple Line point of view is done. We have done the work to connect our part with the existing box culvert that is crossing beneath Hanson Oaks. But now that we have the permanent asphalt, everything at the final elevation, everything from our side is done. We'll probably need to have further discussions with the county to review something else, but the project itself, it's completed.
Okay. Now let's go to Joel. Let's unmute Joel and let Joel ask us some questions.
Good evening, and thank you for taking my questions. Well, I looked at the Google map. I didn't see any heavy address on the Google Maps, and also about the bus loop. I already went up to New Carrollton and saw the progress. So I guess they were. Hopefully they will. I guess we don't have to worry about the green bus because it's already at the metro station. But how is the rest of them? Bacon Heights, Riverdale Park, Twin Orange? Are they gonna have bus here? I think they changed the buses now. The best buses. I think it used to be a T18 to Rhode Island Avenue and New Carrollton. It goes down Annapolis Road. Let's see anything else. And I haven't been over to New Carrollton in the section meet for a while. So I can't see when it's complete or not. But I'm looking forward to that day when they opens. But I guess they have to determine when they're gonna open the system, unless they have the date already. And maybe
Yeah,
they can have, like the Metro, they had one free card for one way. I kept that one card. I had two cards, one for 7 Air and one to use. So anyway, thank you for taking time for these questions, and you have a
Thank you,
good
Joel.
evening.
Thank you, Joel. And I know we've talked about these a little bit previously, but we're going to give you full answers on those. And I know the addresses will be posted as part of the station structure. So there will be signs. And I think eventually, once we get closer to the end of the projects, those will integrate into all of the systems that need to look up those addresses. And for the rest of the questions, we're going to provide detailed information and help you coordinate with our stakeholder partners that have all of the bus services as well. So thank you so much for providing your questions and joining us tonight. All right, now I'm going to move back to the chat for a minute. And there is a question from Leah Sipus. Will there be timed transfers at reduced fares between Mark and the Purple Line? I'm not sure if all of that's been sorted out yet, but Ray, or I don't know if you'd like to tee that off to somebody from operations.
No, I can jump in, and while I can't go into any details, I can give you as much detail as I can regarding where fares are. So fares will be set closer to the beginning of operations. And while it's too early to share the exact rates, the Purple Line will be comparable to other systems. But here are a few details I can share right now. The tickets will be flat rate, no variable by distance, open boarding, so no entry exit fare gates, like what you see on the Wilmota Metro system. Ticket vending machines will be located at all 21 stations. Ticket options will include a range of cash and digital ticketing. And then, sorry to answer your question, but I can't give a lot of details to you as that's being worked out. Children will ride free, and various other fare discount programs are planned. They are being worked on. We understand there is a fare-free zone planned for UMD students, faculty, and staff to include the 5 Purple Line stations servicing UMD. And then additional features and particular information will be announced closer to operations, as I mentioned. But that's what I can share with you at this time. So it gives you a little bit more information, but all of that will be worked out as we get closer and closer to having passengers on the trains. So back to you, Carla.
Thanks so much, Ray. I see we have some follow-up to our Rittenhouse-Kenilworth intersection from Christopher Perry. The question is, what is preventing the opening from Rittenhouse-Kenilworth intersection from being open? This is a major entrance egress for the neighborhood, as well as a main response route for the emergency services, including the firehouse that is located in the neighborhood. This opening has been pushed back several times, and we would appreciate it being reopened ASAP to allow residents and emergency access to the neighborhood from the north and the west. Thanks. Manuel, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, sure. So emergency vehicles has always granted the access through the neighborhoods. This has never prevented any emergency to access any neighborhood. Regarding the opening, we are working towards the final opening. It's still some work to do, and like I mentioned, I mean, we need to finish the asphalt works, the striping in the intersection, and the signages to make that intersection safe and ready to be open. We are working, like I say, the asphalt program is expected to arrive to that section somewhere around the month of July. So within the rest of the summer, we are expecting to get the rest of the things done and start the coordination with SHA for final activation and reopening.
All right. Just looking to see if there's any other questions I missed. All right, I think the rest for D, we're going to answer in an email for you, so that's good. Are there any other questions that people would like to place in the chat or raise your hand for?
Hey, Carla, there's one more follow-up from D about Ellen Road that's in the chat as well.
Oh, okay, I see that. Oh, yes, here we go. When will Ellen Road reopen past the new Carrollton station? Manuel, would you like to jump in on that one?
Sure. So we are currently working on the new Carrollton station itself. So I would probably say that most likely they will be fully reopened into a final configuration towards 2027.
Great, thank you so much. All right, does anybody else have any questions they'd like to raise their hand for or place anything in the chat for the team? All right, going one more time. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your patience. We know how frustrating it is. We are here for whatever you need. So please don't be shy to reach out. And if we can help you with anything, please let us know. Have a great night and thank you so much.